What's up, market snappers? Welcome back. This is Jesse. The daily candle close just happened right about an hour ago. So it's about 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, my time. There is no live stream today due to the stock market being closed. But I want to do a quick Bitcoin update. We haven't talked about it or done just a Bitcoin update in a while now because I was out of town, then I was sick, and a lot of things going on. So here we are. By the end of this video, we're going to cover shorter term, mid-term, and even longer term Bitcoin targets. So with that, let's jump right in and we'll try to keep this within 10 to 15 minutes. So let's rock and roll. The daily chart, this is the daily Bitcoin chart. You can see that it's been overbought, aka overbought or ultra bullish, as I like to say. And you can see like the magic wand is on there for a reason. Yes, it's overbought, but sometimes when the magic happens. So that's why we have that on our indicators. Started off as a joke, but we just kind of left it on there. And it's been on there for almost at least a year and a half, almost two years on the indicator as a magic wand, because it's sometimes when the magic happens. So still ultra bullish on the daily chart. The orange candles still above the trending dots, still above this pretty vertical upward trend line on the daily chart. And there's no signs of retracement as of yet, unless you drop down to the lower time frame. So we're going to take a look at that. But let's stay zoomed out for right now on the weekly chart. So the daily chart is ultra bullish. The weekly chart is ultra bullish. And it's not how the candle starts. This is what we talk about all the time. It's how the candle closes, right? So you can see this week here, there's a wick to start off. Price came back down to 47,800-ish, and then end up going all the way up to 53,000, and then end up closing at about just above $52,000, right? Remember, it's getting pretty far extended away from the trending dots. Could consolidate sideways, could even have a bit of a retracement. And of course, it could just continue to go straight up, right? But even back here, you can see when price was starting to get pretty far extended away from the trending dots, you can see that there's multiple weeks of price basically going sideways, right? So basically almost 2 months of price going sideways, a little bit of a retracement, but not as deep of a retracement as we originally thought. There was 2 out of 4 shorter term targets that were hit, and that was it. It never came back down and hit target 3 or target 4. And so after target 2, started to reverse back around in the daily chart and then started to make its move out. So the weekly chart is still ultra bullish. Daily chart is ultra bullish. And what should get you really excited is that the monthly chart is bullish, right? So if you look at the monthly chart, we're going to take a look at it on another screen over here. But RSI for the monthly chart is right about 68. So it's really bullish. It hasn't been that bullish since back in here in October and November 2020. And then didn't even get that bullish back up here in October and November 2021. So with that, let's jump into the other chart. We have a reminder, Bitcoin halving countdown. This website is saying April 24th. I've been watching this other one for a while, and who knows which one's going to be correct or not. I just found these on Google anyways. But one is saying 64 days, and the other one is saying 57 days. This is Nice Hash, so maybe Nice Hash has a better gauge on it. But regardless, it's going to be within a week of itself, right? 57 or 64 days. And so that's the Bitcoin halving over there. So we put that on the chart over here. Bitcoin halving, April 2024, whatever week it comes in at, doesn't really matter to me. I just like to have it as an awareness. But we're going to start off with the shorter term targets. Then we're going to move into the midterm targets, and then we're going to move into the weekly targets. So we're going to drop down the 4-hour chart, right? So the 4-hour chart, remember, none of this is financial advice, obviously. It's for educational purposes only, and hopefully you find it a little bit of entertainment along the way, right? You don't want it to be boring whatsoever. I've seen some boring videos out there, and I definitely don't want it to be boring. So hopefully you find a little bit of entertainment throughout the thing. But so Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Remember, a lot of people get confused. I'll post a monthly chart and they're like, oh, you were so bullish on the monthly chart. Yeah, that's right. I am bullish on the monthly chart. And then I post a 4-hour chart and they're like, they try to catch me, right? They try to catch me. Like, oh, you said sell signal. Yeah, I said sell signal on the 4-hour chart back here, right? And price came down and hit target one, then kind of pushed back up. Looks like a possible double top on the 4-hour chart. And as you can see in real time, it's flipping back and forth from a pending sell signal to no pending sell signal. So you had a sell signal, price came down, hit target one. Possible we see another sell signal on the 4-hour chart. See, it just disappeared because it's in real time, right? So possible we see a pending sell signal turn into a sell signal, and then maybe price comes back down, hits target one again. And then we start seeing candle closes back below this target area here, maybe even bounces back up and hits another a lower high. Maybe it comes in like this, lower high, and then comes back down like that. And then we will see at that point if that's all it's going to do. See if it corrects down to at least the target one again, and then we'll find out if it's going to put in a lower high at some point, and if so, could it come down for a further correction before the halving again, right? We've been talking about it, but it is bullish on the higher time frames. And so it could just be a quick, short sell off, possibly even a wick on, the weekly candle. And then after a day or two, it just kind of flips back around and turns right back around on the upside. So this is a very short term swing trade direction, right? So it's not the overall long-term direction. So that's where a lot of people get confused. So you have to decide, if you're a shorter term swing trader, mid-term swing trader, I call it like the daily chart, and even the weekly chart. And then the longer term would be somewhere around the weekly, 2-week in the monthly chart, in my opinion. So we will see if it's going to be a pending sell signal again, and then possibly drop back down to a sell signal, and then we'll see. But there's no candle closes as of right now. It just started at 4 p.m., so about an hour ago. And then we will see if it gets another sell signal. If it does get another sell signal, it could be that next buy the dip opportunity, whether that's back down here at 50,000, whether that's back here at 48,000. And of course, if it doesn't find support at target 1, 2, 3, or 4, then we'll talk about possibly lower prices from there. But no need to talk about that right now until we don't see it find support, right? So that's the shorter term targets, the 4-hour chart, shorter term targets. Now let's move on to the higher time frames and the midterm targets, right? So remember, these are shorter term targets, and then we're going to jump back on to the mid and longer term targets. So remember, this is the fourth longer term target, hit it once and then came back up twice. And we talked about it. Could it break through the fourth longer term target, come back, flip it from resistance into support, which it could, whether it's target 1 and goes, target 2, or possibly even lower from there. And that would be your next possible buy the dip opportunity, wherever that comes in from there. Of course, if it doesn't hold there, right, then we'll talk about possible lower price targets from there. But no need to talk about that right now because these are the shorter term targets, and you would expect with the higher time frames being bullish, you would expect price to find support, right? So let's take those off just to kind of keep the charts clean. Still bullish on the daily chart, and then we're going to kind of zoom out here on the weekly chart for these midterm. Oh, let me take that off and flip that back over to the cursor. So here's the weekly chart, right? The weekly chart became ultra bullish back here, October 2023. There's 4 weekly candles that were not ultra bullish, and then now the last 2-3 weeks have been ultra bullish again. Remember, it hit the fourth longer term target over here. We got this horizontal line for the Bitcoin halving, and let's continue to zoom out over here. Let's do the 2-week chart as well, because the 2-week chart is also ultra bullish. If you kind of look at it from here, let's take this off, just kind of clean it up for a second. Just want to kind of show you what I'm looking at. If you look back at October 2020, That's when the 2-week candles went ultra bullish, and then it just kind of price really took off to the upside with the bull run. And then November 2023, you can see that it went ultra bullish on the 2-week chart, and here we are. It's up again, right? So if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the seventh 2-week candle, right? So the seventh 2-week candle, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, right? We'll just call it 130%, right? So from here to there, it hasn't moved as fast, 30%. So it is ultra bullish, but as I've kind of pointed out a few times in the past, it seems like there is diminishing returns on the cycles, and anywhere from 5,000% down to 225%, down to whatever it is, 100% or whatever. Once the monthly candles have flipped ultra bullish, right? So again, it flipped ultra bullish on the monthly candle in November 2020 and then took off to the upside. And it hasn't even flipped ultra bullish. It could this month because we still have, at least another 10 days remaining. So it's possible this is the candle that flips ultra bullish, or possibly the next candle. And of course, there could be a retracement uh, and let the trending dots continue to catch up or consolidate sideways and then make its move after that. So there's a lot to think about and talk about, but really, if we kind of keep it simple right now, it's like there was a buy signal here, and it's been bullish ever since. Buy signal here, and then it was bullish, and then became ultra bullish over there. So that's Bitcoin monthly chart. Let's flip this back on over here. This is the market sniper bands, and then we're gonna put it on over here. We're gonna go log chart just so we can kind of see it a little bit better, and we're gonna turn the targets back on, right? So midterm, right here. Let's take off this arrow over here, or check mark. So this is the fourth longer term target. This is the fifth longer term target. So that'd be kind of like your shorter term targets. And then of course, I kind of put this out here that once the Bitcoin monthly charts went ultra bullish, there was about 20 to 22 months before it kind of peaked out and retested the yellow line. So it's possible we see within this time frame from here to the halving all the way to June 2025, it's possible we see Bitcoin continue to surge upwards, possibly hit, obviously if it gets past this fifth target here, it's making all-time highs. And then of course we could see it come back up and hit this Abercrombie Fitch target 1, also known as ANF, possibly target 2. You got the yellow line curling up. Maybe by then the yellow line is curling up into ANF target 2 over here. And that's above, that's about, you're starting to get into about the $125,000 range over there, right? And over here on this target, you've got, it's above $100,000 Bitcoin. So it would be interesting. That'd be the first time ever. So we'll see if it starts closing beyond the all-time highs over here. And if it does, then it's possible we kind of see it take off to the upside. This is a fractal showing once the Bitcoin monthly candle started to go ultra bullish, it kind of just went straight up for about 6 to 7 months straight. So we'll see if it does or not. And the yellow line, as you can see, it's a moving average, right? So when I first started posting it, it was just above $110,000. I believe, I'm trying to go off my memory, but it's currently at 115,000. This morning it was at $114,999. So it's up $54 since this morning, and it is slowly curling up. So we will see if it comes up, hits the yellow line again, and we'll continue to watch it over here. So that's monthly chart. Let's look at the 2-week chart again. So again, we got the all-time highs over here. We got the fifth target. This is the fourth target, and then we will see if it gets into these higher targets and retest the 200-week moving average over there. With that, we're trying to keep this under 15 minutes. We're at about 14 minutes. Thanks for all of your support by smashing the like button, smash that subscribe button. Help me, help you, help me, and we'll continue onward with the live stream first thing tomorrow. Thank you, and